Hey guys, this is Alex from Dr. Wealth, and the date today is 17th of January 2018, and the time now is about Singapore time 1:38 a.m. in the morning. Yes, it is already past midnight, and I'm recording this video just to share with you my analysis on this cryptocurrency on Bitcoin. Yes, the granddaddy of crypto is the Bitcoin. And just a very short disclaimer over here, just to let you know that I don't trade Bitcoin and I don't like to trade Bitcoin. So I'm just sharing with you how I read the price action and how I view the market, how I read the market. And basically this is how I use price action to read the other markets as well. For example, the S&P 500, the crude oil, the natural gas, the gold, the grains, and the bonds as well. So the way I read the price action is the same as how I read the Bitcoin price action, right? So let's get started. Okay, so today there was a sell-off in Bitcoin. I wouldn't say was because it is still ongoing right now. So there is a sell-off in Bitcoin. All right. So the reason being told fundamentally was because the finance minister, Kim Dong-yong, said that he wanted to ban trading in all virtual currencies. So that leads to the sell-off. But even before of this news coming out, I was already very bearish in Bitcoin, simply because of the recent price action. Okay, so I'll just walk through with you very quickly. Okay, so as you know, price of Bitcoin rise spectacularly to about 20k, and I was expecting a crash, but when there are a lot of people expecting a crash, I think that it won't happen. Okay, so there were too many people waiting for a crash, so eventually I felt that the crash is not going to happen. So instead, yes, price hit near the 20k high, and there was a sell-off, but it was not really a crash per se. It was more like a controlled sell-off there, and then there was a consolidation, and right now price there's another leg coming down. So it was more like controlled selling, and from an uptrend now becomes a downtrend. So why I say that it is a downtrend, because I use this indicator called the Ichimoku cloud. I will just use cloud in short from now on. So this is this shadow over here, or these are the cloud. So when price is below the cloud, which is now over here, all right, I deem it as a downtrend already. So this is a very simple and to me it's a quantified way of determining a trend. All right, so there are many ways to determine a trend. You might use a moving average, you can use a crossover of moving averages, or you can basically use the reading of the price action. For example, this is the high, then this is a lower high, this is a lower high, for example, and you can deem it as a downtrend. So for me, one of my way to quantify a downtrend is to use the cloud, and price has broken below the cloud, and if today and the next few days, for the next 1 to 3 days, if price cannot go back up, cannot hit higher, it is a confirmed downtrend to me already. So if there's opportunity, you can go and sell short the market. I don't know how price is going to hit in the next coming weeks, but I expect generally price to head down lower. I don't know how price will go lower to which level, but I will share with you my views later. But generally, my bias is toward the downside already. Okay, and personally, I like to use this pivot level to determine the support and resistance level. All right, I will just show it to you over here. So all this level over here, like for example, the R1, the pivot level, the S1, S2 are predetermined levels using mathematical formulas. So this is not a classical kind of support resistance where you draw a level over here. Like for example, you think this is a swing high over here, then you draw a resistance level, you think it's a swing low, then you draw a resistance level. You think it's a swing high, you draw a resistance level. You think it's a swing low, you draw a resistance level. No, this is none of this. Basically, there's a formula, and if you every month you come up with the support and resistance line. You don't ask me and ask me how this thing work in a way that I use it. Is because based on my empirical observation, this thing works. And previously, pivots were used for the floor traders, and somehow I guess it got adopted, by the traders nowadays, and it's more like a self-fulfilling prophecy. When a lot of traders are using these kind of indicators, it tends to work. All right, so if you don't believe in pivot point, it is fine as well. Doesn't matter to me. So I think for me it works. Okay, so I'll just walk through with you over here. So price, as I mentioned, price hit higher near 20k. There was a sell-off over here, okay. So as you can see, the high over here is the high every day. The high never got past the previous day high. Okay, this is the high, this is the high, this is the high. Then this is the high, this is the high. Alright, so on this green bar over here, okay, so price actually broke the previous day high. So there were some people or traders calling for buy over here. Alright, thinking that it is a normal kind of a pullback, and they want to enter once the correction or the dip was over. But to me, right, personally, this isn't a simple kind of correction. Price went up, in a exponential way. All right, so when price went up exponentially, when there was a sell-off, I don't like to buy in, because this looks like a climactic rise to me. All right, climactic rise, you should not, I repeat, you should not buy the dip or the correction, because it will be like a dead cat bounce. So I know that in this area over here, this region, traders are being trapped already. All right, and after that, price came down a bit higher. Price came down lower. All right, sorry, this is a bit confusing over here. Price came down lower. This is the high, this is the high, this is the high, this is the high, this is the high. And on this day, price broke the previous day high again and went up. All right, so I know that there are people actually entering around here, and again, these people were trapped. Price went down lower, hit the resistance level over here. Can you see, hit the resistance level here, and price came down again. So there were several price points where I think that traders were trapped. Somewhere around here, they enter here, or they had to chase the price, they enter around here. So all these people are trapped already. Okay, and as you can see, this is the pivot level. The price actually hit resistance and came down. So this is essentially how I view the market. And my view is that within this month, January, if price can come down to about this region over here, that is about 9,000, you form a strong support. So I'm looking for price to come down at this level over here. Okay, and if it's really very heavy sell-off, it might even come down lower, but I personally doubt so price will come down so hard to about 4,000 level over here. So 9,000 will be a strong support level. Of course, this is just based on the weekly or on the daily time frame, but on the weekly time frame, you can see over here, price is still on an uptrend. You see, a bit like selling off, but I don't know how low price will go, but on a longer perspective, on a weekly and the monthly time frame, this is the monthly time frame. Okay, it is still on an uptrend, but the rise up here based on the monthly chart is too crazy already. Okay, so back to the daily time frame, and I also like to walk through with you the previous earlier price action movement. Okay, so you can see over here, the cloud is acting as support. All right, so price broke below the cloud. Within 1 or 2 days, price reversed back up again. Went up. There's a correction. Hit the cloud level. Price went up again. So also, I want to let you know that this has become very predictable. People think that Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies are very easy to make money. All I have to do is to wait for the dip and fucking buy the dip. The market is not easy. It won't be so predictable all the time. If it is so easy, everybody will be making money. But the problem is the market doesn't allow everybody to make money. There will be losers. Okay, so in this case, I think that there will be a lot of losers out there in the market, who bought in and are trapped right now in this area over here. And to me personally, right now is not the time to buy the dip. Of course, based on classical support, this is the support area. Okay, and they might think that they might form a support over here. In the next few days, price could reverse back up. All right, but I will think that this area over here, the region over here, which is about 12,500, will be a very strong resistance level. Okay, so essentially this is how I read the price action. Pardon me for my not very smooth presentation. Sometimes it's very hard to articulate my thoughts very well. So generally, if I look at price action, one glance I can roughly see how I can read, or how I will know how to read the market. But for me to translate into words and thoughts and to explain a video is kind of difficult, but I'll try my best. And that's all for my views today. So generally, in conclusion, Bitcoin is in a downtrend right now. I repeat, in a downtrend right now. Don't try to buy. This is not the right time to buy. And I think that 9,000 will be a very strong support. And if from today onwards, if price is going to reverse to go back up, 12.5k is going to be a very heavy resistance over here. Alright, so thank you very much for watching, and I wish you a good day ahead. Alright, see you guys soon. Bye.